All right. What's going on, everybody? So, little update. Sorry, my throat's all jacked up. It's dry out. I meant to be in Hawaii. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So, what was it? Last Thursday, went on a run. Kind of jacked up my Achilles. Linked too many long runs together. Kind of bit back. Hey, here we are. Still feels good. So I'm gonna take this time, kind of lay off the runs for about 2 weeks. During that time, it's gonna be a lot of rucks, bike, and swim. That's what I will be doing for another week. The cool thing is about that is it allowed me to start thinking differently about how I am training. I had to study, had to open up some books and really start thinking about what am I doing? What do I want? I love lifting. And I noticed that I love running too. And it's trying to find that special blend to where I'm not overreaching on both ends, where I'm the old saying, burning the candle at both ends type mentality. So, in this past week, I developed a system using a conjugate style format. Very different though from what you would probably normally see. When I say that, people usually go to West Side and stuff like that. Looks very different from that. I'll talk more about it once I link a couple phases together, collect the data, see if I like it, see if it makes sense. But right now I really like it. It's really cool. My body feels really good. Because I'm running it. One thing I realized is I have to switch up more of my cardiovascular endurance training. It just can't all be runs. I need to throw a bike in there once in a while. I have to throw a swim in there, maybe a long ruck. I mean, it's crazy when it dawned on to me, because it's the same thing you do with conjugate, right? You rotate exercises, you rotate reps, sets, you constantly are changing things and rotating things through. You just don't stick with one thing. And it just dawned on me, I'm oh my gosh, it's the same thing with all this endurance stuff. I have to rotate stuff. And I was geez, hit me like a brick one day. And so that's good. So right now, I'm experimenting with that. I'm gonna hit up my max effort bench today, which I'm really excited about because I've been it's not gonna be anything crazy. You gotta the thing is, okay, what's going through my head? It's the idea of why I don't program conjugate for a lot of people. I program a lot of concurrent programming, but not a lot of conjugate. What I mean by that is concurrent, I add in a lot of mobility, a lot of core, a lot of power, a main lift, a lot of bodybuilding. So you're kind of hitting all these different levels of fitness up. And then not only that, but they'll have walks or bike on their off days. So you're trying to train all levels of fitness in a week. When I say conjugate, you can look at that as max effort days, dynamic effort days, okay? So with that being said, when I give, one thing I noticed over the years is when I give somebody a max effort lift, let's say I give them a 3-rep max on a back squat. When they see max effort, predominantly most people, when they see that, they'll be oh, hey, max effort, I need to go till I fail. No, that's not the point of it. You're Because like, let's say they hit 315 for 3 and it looks super clean. Then they make the jump up. Let's say they go, let's not lie, a lot of people go like 365. Then all of a sudden the technique starts breaking down, but they're in their head, they're like, ooh, that looked good, that felt good. In reality, no, it didn't. Then they make the jump to like 385, 405, and then it's like they shoot their hips up super high. It's like the bar shooting forward. They lost all upper back tightness. And it's like, you should have stopped at 315. Like, that's the whole point of like when you're doing the max effort stuff is you end it on a good note. You're just looking for the stimulus. That's it. Like once it feels kind of heavy, you're done. Move on. Don't keep on going on past it. There's a time and place to peak for something like that. You don't peak every time you go into the gym. There's a time and place where you will peak your body to do something like that, and that's called powerlifting. So, like when you watch my bench today, I'm gonna go up to something that just feels kind of heavy, and I'll stop there. And then I'll move on. Because what's more important is the consistency of programs building up on top of each other. The most important thing is the consistency of the training sessions week in and week out. That's the most important thing. Because everything builds on each other. If you're constantly just in a phase of lifting heavy, not giving your body time to rest, going through waves of high volume, low volume, high intensity, low intensity, everything should be waved. You can't do everything at once. Like everything should be waved. That's the biggest thing. If not, it's like I just see people get injured over and over and over, or they get like just so run down that they're depressed all the time all of a sudden. And it's like, you can't be doing that. I'm telling you right now. You can only do that for so long. And it's like, everybody has a limit to which they can do that. That's the biggest thing. Everybody has a limit to where it's like, and the thing is like they'll look at like the outliers, let's say like a John Hack or a Dan Green. Yo, they're an outlier for a reason. And even them, I guarantee, they realized over time like, gotta kind of pull it back during this time and this time and this time. You know what I'm saying? That's the biggest thing. And also like, you can't compare. You just can't. Don't do that. You can't look at what I'm doing and be like, oh, I'm gonna train like him. Like I figured out what works for me and I'm still experimenting on things. Like either one, you have to figure it out yourself and figure out what works best for you. Or two, that's why you like hire a coach to help like facilitate that process more than anything else. Okay? But you gotta experiment. Like, do you need a deload every 3 weeks? Every 4 weeks? Can you go 6 weeks without a deload? And a deload, I don't mean like, for me, a deload is either one, bringing down the intensity and ramping up the volume, or two, I just take away all barbell lifts and I'm gonna train somebody like a bodybuilder that whole week. Just like give their body some like space. Or I might not, let's say they train 4 times a week, I might go down to 2. And I might add in like 2 sled walk days. It could be a million different options, and a lot of that is also based on that person's mentality. What do they need from that session for them to keep moving forward? You just can't program everybody the exact same like deload. Everybody has like a specific way of how they like to train and how they take recovery time off. Some people I can tell like, yo, I just want you to read a book this whole week. Just take the whole week off and they'll love that. Some people, absolutely not. They will literally lie to me and sneak into a gym. So you gotta understand like where that person is coming from mentally and where they're at more than anything else. That's the biggest thing. So just remember that, okay? All right, I'm about to hop off this bad boy and start training. Bring you guys on for the ride. Also, if you guys ever have any questions, just like leave a message, shoot me an email, DM me on my Instagram. Yeah, I'll respond, don't worry. Probably with the video. All right. My warm-up is going to be push-ups. I'll do 10 push-ups. I'm going to do 15 band pull-aparts. And then I'm going to do a stir the pot, 8 to the right, 8 to the left, 3 rounds of that for my warm-up. One thing I've been doing since a lot of the running is adding a lot of core. That's the biggest thing. See, I'm not doing TRX push-ups, but we're out here. When you start this watch, functional strength training. Functional strength training. Make sure I don't hit that mic. Make band pull parts great again. That's what should really matter. Hope you like the. Once it gets summertime, I want to be barefoot in here 24/7. I'm either going to be in barefoot or flip-flops. That is for sure. Oh, here we go. Stay tight. Uh-oh. I think I'm gonna do we'll see what I'm gonna do today. I don't know yet. If you ever want to make this harder or easier, make it easier, put your feet out wider. Make it harder, bring your feet in closer. You really want to make it complicated. Lift one leg up. It'll be a fun time. All right, I'm gonna do a close grip to what is that, like a 2-board? Let's do the shoulder saver. Gonna do a double, find kind of like a heavy double. Easy. Oh. Super strong. Oh, okay. Okay, a quick little tip. One thing, put your hands here, arch your chest up, put your hands flat, then push into the bar. You should feel your lats engage. Fight to keep that. So when you pull out, your lats are engaged. What you don't want to see is when the bar gets unracked If it comes back and hits the rack and comes out, you lost your lat engagement. Make sure you're pulling it out like a lat pull down or a pull over in a way. I'll say dumbbell pull over, make it more sense. Make it make sense, Kirk. Okay, this is important right here. So it felt, if I had to give it out a 1 out of 10, I'm trying to find like a 7, 8. I'm at like a 5. So I've done 3 sets. I want to get ideally somewhere between 6 and 9. Okay? So I could easily just jump to a quarter and then I'll probably stop at a quarter, or might go up like, so either go to like 275 or maybe 305. Oh, and this is like important right now is like, now I'm gonna start nickel and diming it up. Like I'm just gonna put a 10 on each side. Like we don't like, I'll make big jumps at the beginning, like quarter plate, quarter type thing. And then once I get to something like, okay, that felt pretty good. That's when I'll start being like, okay, nickel, dime, nickel, quarter, stuff like that. Okay? Because you want to get a little bit more volume in on that top end set. And one of the ways to do that is by doing that, not trying to like, let's say I jumped to 305. Now it's like, what am I going to do? You know? Like if somebody, like when people work with me, I'll immediately like, as soon as I start seeing like the speed slow down, like basically like if we were doing speed work, once we got either top end of a speed work set, that's where I start nickel and diming it right away. So for me, when I'm coaching, I'm going off bar speed more than anything else. And that's how I'm dictating the jumps. It's also important to know the person you're coaching. Everybody has like, has their bar speed for them. Some people are just lightning fast. Some people will push with all their might and it took them 10 seconds to get up and they'll be like, that was fast, wasn't it? But oh snap. But you have to know what their speed is. That's the biggest thing. So constantly observing who you're coaching and trying to figure out, well, what is their bar speed? Then you can make the appropriate jumps off of that. Always squeeze the bar. And don't forget about your leg drive. One thing I learned from Louis was always leave room to get a PR next. So like, I'll run this back in a couple weeks and the goal will be to beat what I previously did. Always leave a little room to go for a new personal best in the gym. Always leave some room. Last one. Boom. Next thing I have, I'm gonna do pull-ups. Anybody that works with me will know, like pull-ups, ab wheel. You're gonna have a big back and you're gonna have an insanely strong core. Okay, I think I'm gonna do shoulder. Let's see how the shoulder feels. I'm gonna start doing doubles, maybe do like 8 sets. We'll see how my shoulder feels. Well, that's another thing. I have the fat bar here and a fat bar here. Everybody that does pull-ups, you're getting the fat bar. You will have an insane grip too. All right, this is gonna be the circuit. I'm gonna do 3 rounds. Reps don't matter, the pump is the only thing that matters. So and the weight doesn't even matter, to be honest. The only thing that matters right now is pumping up what I wanna pump up. So it's gonna be chest, lateral raises, and supinated bicep curls. I'm gonna do 3 rounds. I'll go 1, 2, 3, then I'll take a break. But again, I'm not counting reps. I'm just going until the muscle feels really good, and that's when I'll end the set. Come on. Come on. Oh, yeah. Yo, if anybody from Mission Church sees this, let's get another one of these for summertime. I run through these hats like it's cool. What's that old Muhammad Ali saying? You're not training your core till it starts hurting. All right, that's it for today. It was a good training session. You guys ever have any questions, leave them in the comments. Email me. You can send me a direct message through the ARKA Barbell Instagram. Also, switchback electrolytes, literally the best. ARKA 10 will save you 10%. Barefoot shoes, the ones I'm wearing now, well, they're kind of like slippers, but I like them. Kirk 10 will save you 10. Big hugs. Love you guys. It's Valentine's Day. Love you, wife. Thank you.